Hi guys, back with another video on the EVO 10. Today I'm going to be installing AEM boost gauge and air fuel ratio gauges, and obviously you get the Rec Speed double pod. This thing is going for a tune next week, so I'm going to have to get all these gauges ready for then. So it's going to be like a step by step how you're going to do it. So everyone, I think a good first step, get something easy out of the way, would be to take off this under tray, because this is where we're going to wire up the gauges later. So just want to give a good tug on each side of this, pull that down, and then you've got a screw there and a screw down there. So whack those out and then pull the top of here as well, and that'll come straight out. Take these off the back, wherever they are. Little push pin on the back of this one, if you can see that. Off. Another one here. Off. And this one I'm just going to disconnect there. So that's out of the way. It's going to make it a little bit easier. And I always like to start off with stuff that's easy first. Okay, and after that, this trim needs to come off. So does this side, because obviously we're going to run the wires, tap them into there, but they're going to come through. They're going to come through here from the engine bay. So step one would be pull this cover off, pull that way, pull up on the back. You're just trying to release these little tabs here. Here it's held in by, pretty sure, back there, if you can see that. Sorry guys, I'm back. I went to get some trim removal tools for this. You'd think it's like a screw, but it's more of a, if you pry it, it just sort of comes off like that. It's a bit weird, but anyway, get that off, and then get some spikes. Just point you guys down here. This little cover comes off. I'm not sure how you're supposed to do this without damaging the rubber, but some people probably can. And then you've got a bolt down there that needs to come off. And just take that knot out. It's got a pretty long thread on it, so you've got to keep going. And there we go, it's out. Sorry, no. Grab this. It's got two little lips under here. Kind of need to just pull it up off this shaft here, and then squeeze it out. Then hopefully this one will come out. Yeah, there you go. Pull that off. So once you've got all that exposed, you can pull this carpet down a bit, and this little rubber bung here is where we're going to be putting our wire through. So just grab that, take it off. This will lead into where the back of the wheel is in the fender liner. You're going to want to put your wire through there, and then we're going to kind of route that back up and then into the engine bay for this is just for the boost gauge. So as you guys know, we're going to be running our gauges through the pillar, so we're going to have to remove the original. Once you've got all this removed down here, this side piece should pop out. You kind of got to pull it towards you, if that makes any sense. If you grab it from the bottom, pull it towards you, it'll come straight off like that. So that's all the side revealed. And then this should really, once you pull this weather stripping back, give it a bit of a pull and it'll loosen off. Just pulling it will do the trick. You might be, yeah, if you see you're gonna have to remove those little rubber things that attach it to the chassis itself. So after removing that piece and getting this stupid little black thing off, I've just, obviously our wire's going to come out of this hole we've took the bung out of, so feed your wires up to where roughly you want them to be. So I've just fed mine all the way through up here, it comes out the top, and for now I've just made a little loop so it stays there. This end is for the wires that tap into the fuse box. This end goes into our little boost solenoid, which we are going to run through here. So like I say, you need to take the fender lining off and then we can go from there. So taking the fender liner out, it's just these little pop tabs. Sometimes they can be a pain to get out, other times really easy, but I take a spike to the back of it and then get a little trim removal tool, pop that in there. Once that's out, comes straight out. So you got 3 of them, I'm pretty sure. 1, 2, 3. I think from there, yeah, you could probably just pull that out. Don't think you'll need much more. So now that's out, I'm gonna get the rest of the wiring loop, feed it through, and we should be able to find it. Here we go. Hoping you guys can see. It's right there. Pop it out and then pull it through. So that's that bit. Right guys, thought best thing to do is give you a quick look at these gauges from AEM. Come in the box like this. This is the boost gauge. Gonna be hard to see with the light. Boost gauge. In the boost gauge you'll get obviously a little bit of boost pipe. This is the solenoid for the boost. A little tee off for under the bonnet, and there is a massive cable which connects to these in the back, which is currently in the car. This is the air fuel ratio. Just pop that out, put it on there. This comes with obviously the wiring loom, another wiring loom, and this is the sensor that plugs into the top of the cat for the wideband, and then obviously the other end goes on there. So that's pretty much what you get with these. Finished in black, and I got the black face on them. Look pretty cool. I have test fitted them in the new pillar. It's called a pillar pod, I think. I've tested it in there. They fit nice and snug. That's the back of them. So yeah, nice to see before they go in. Right, so next step, you want to grab the solenoid valve, whatever it is, pop this top off. This other piece is what screws onto the end of here. Get it nice and snug, not too tight, you don't want to strip anything. Once that's on, this is where you would get the actual boost from. So you supplied a boost pipe with it, a piece of hose with it, which is obviously, that's what's going to go on the end of here. Well, you get the gist. That needs to go on the end of there. Unfortunately, I'm not even going to be able to use this as, I'll show you, I'm not running the stock location for the blow off valve. So it should be up there. Mine's down here, so the hose that's supplied with the gauges does not, it routes up here, but it won't go all the way down here. So I'm going to use a different piece of hose anyway. But the gist of it is, you put that on there, and then we can tie it up down at the bottom. So next thing to do would be take your solenoid valve, whatever it is, plug it in. There's a little tab at the top of here which goes in there. Nice click. Now I'm gonna feed that through a little bit more, and probably, let's see if you guys can see this. So we're going to mount it on top of this little bracket type thing that's on the chassis with some zip ties. It does come supplied with one. Not sure if it's for this or for when you've got the hose on, but we're going to attach it to here And then once it's there, the hose pipe can run all the way up through the rest of the fender. So yeah, I'm going to just zip tight on there, and then we're good for that bit. So guys, with the air fuel ratio 1, you're going to get 2 wiring looms. This one is where the new sensor goes in the cat. We need to feed that through the cabin, and you get another one which is the same as the boost one for the electrical wires, which I've actually already put inside. So next we need to connect this sensor to the cat and feed this loom up through the, there's a location, OEM location, where the O2 sensor runs through. So we're just going to join to that. So guys, it's actually the next day. It ran a bit late into the night last night while I was trying to do it. Obviously, like I did say in the previous clips, I didn't have enough length of the vacuum hose to work with my blow valve. So I went and got some this morning, I fitted it. So from the blow valve to this little air intake vacuum hose, you would T-piece it off, sorry. I've routed it all the way through here, down in the fender line to where you saw through here. I did take it on a test drive, it's working fine. So I'll just show you the gauges now and what else we've done. So those are the gauges, obviously. This rec speed pod cover, whatever it is, it's not the best fit, I'll be honest. As you can see just at the top, I 3M'd it all the way down. It's just, and I lined it up as perfect as I could, stuck it down. It's alright. From a distance you probably can't really tell. It does the job, but the fitment just isn't quite how I'd like it. So maybe I would hope someone could bring something a little bit more fitted, something out that's a bit more fitted, a bit better. But anyway, gets the job done. These are the gauges. I'll just start it up. So there's the air fuel ratio gauge. Takes a couple seconds to kick in. There you go. And the boost gauge is minus 16 psi. Give it a little rev. Just goes into positive boost. So they're working bang on. They look really good. I've yet to drive it at night. I'll probably do a little video on that at night, how they look. But I'm dead happy with them, to be fair. The only thing I could probably cram on is this. Maybe I didn't fit it right, I don't know. I did the best I could with a bit of 3M tape, but it looks fine. You can't really tell unless you're looking for it. Well, that's them all working. Sorry if this video's a bit choppy and different places, but it got late. Things weren't quite going as to plan. But hopefully this video is somewhat